My name is Francisco Garcia Bravo, and I only have one question for you.
Are you ready for fight?
You see, I had this question that's been stuck in my head for a while, and it's called, how do I feel about my own literacy? Literacy is basically our way of learning, reading, and writing. Basically another version of that. You see, I'm not really much of a reader nor a writer, but I am a learner. Thanks to my elementary teachers. But all of that changed during my middle school years. And high school years, but we're going to talk about that later. I believe it happened in 7th grade when I was a big fan of anime. Like, so big that I didn't even bother reading the mangas. Or, well, graphic novels, if you don't know what that means. I believe that the one anime that I was watching during that day was, Black Clover, if I remember correctly. I was so into the anime to the point where I wanted a figure of it. Even if the figure cost about $30, even though it's a U2's. And the next day, I have this friend of mine who also watches the anime, but he reads it as well. So instead of starting a normal conversation with me, he wanted to spoil it for me instead. He said, "Hey, dude, have you seen a new Black Clover episode yet?" And I was like, yeah, why? He said, "Oh, do you want to know what happens next?" And I was like, I'd rather wait next week just to see it. But he said, "Well, that's too damn bad, because I'm going to spoil it for you, because why not?" So I just...
He slumbered. He got his ass out in the air.
I respectfully told him to shut his mouth, but in the end, I was kind of curious too. So I went to the school library, found the book, and just started reading it. I spent a day just to finish the first volume, and it made me realize that not everything was accurately animated. So it got me even more curious to the fact that I wanted to read the rest till I was caught up in the episode that I was in. And by the way, it took me like a week to do that. So if you want to binge watch an entire franchise, I don't highly recommend it in one day, by the way. It hurts your eyes so bad. After reading almost an entire set, it made me feel like I kind of wanted to do the same thing. Like, I wanted to write a story, read other stories so that I can get inspiration and learn how to create visuals so that that story can come to reality. So now I ask myself this question: can I use my own literacy to create stories? I kept asking myself that same question over and over again until I finally came up with an answer. And that answer was yes, I can. I can try and draw my characters and create the story at the same time, so that I can finally create the story that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And the next day, I started practicing how to draw my characters, and I also started writing my story as well till I combined them both and made the story that felt like a masterpiece to me. Oh, and by the way, that story is now on Webtoon. It's called Godslayers. Go give it a try if you can. And now to the main question and the only reason why I started this video to begin with. How do I feel about my own literacy? Well, I feel like it's part of me now, because without it, I don't think I would have made that story on my own. Oh, and one more thing before I go. If you know your own literacy, don't be afraid to try new things with it, like how I did. I am Francisco Garcia Bravo, and this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching.